Beep. All right, listen, if you are one of the dry skin girlies or guys or gays or whoever you are, okay, if you have dry textured skin and you have a hard time finding that perfect fall like glow from within but also on the outside, if you know what I mean, I think I've cracked the code. Yesterday I had this much time, okay, to get ready to go to the haunted pumpkin patch and goat farm, and they had fried Oreos. Really, it was great. But I didn't have a lot of time to get ready, and I threw together a couple of my favorite products in the fastest fashion ever for me, and then I had to do my eyebrows in the car. They were a little rough. But I think I've cracked the code and I want to share it with you guys. So, Supergoop Glow Screen. I couldn't think of what it was called because it's definitely not a foundation. I like this stuff because it has that sheen to it, and if you are one of my dry skin friends, you know that it's really hard to get our skin to look like moist, shiny, with a sheen, hydrated. Yesterday I had a wedding trial before it was time to get ready, and I've actually known the bride and her sister for like over 10 years. So we were kind of like catching up and like shooting the shit and getting ready. And then she left because she had other things to go do with her fiance, but her sister had come to the trial and ended up going to the corn maze with us. And I knew that we had about an hour to like get our butts in gear, but I still managed to rhinestone her eyes, throw on a full face for her, including like lashes, liner, like the freaking works, okay? And then I spent maybe 5 minutes on myself and I did my eyebrows in the car. So I think I've got this, okay? So we're using that kind of as our primer. Those of you who struggle with dry skin, you probably feel similar to me. This is how I feel as a dry skin girly. I feel like if I were oily, I would absolutely need like a normal primer all the time. But because I'm dry, I find that my skin is like, stay with me. So I can use this as a primer just fine. Yesterday, I mixed together just a teensy bit of the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer with this white Changemaker foundation. I'm in the color L25, and then this is 1CO, which is Cameo. Cameo? Cameo. I'm gonna say Cameo because theater major. So that much all together. And kind of rubbed it between my fingers, and then I did this little, and you notice I'm not worrying too much about getting it like right under my eyes because we do have a concealer that we're going to use. So I'm mostly putting it on just like the whole of the rest of my face. Obviously, if you're somebody who, in addition to having like dry and textured skin, struggles a little bit more with, you know, acne and coverage is what you're looking for, this may not be the perfect routine for you. You might need a little bit more. You might want to go in and spot conceal. But if you're like me and you mostly just struggle with texture and like the occasional breakout, I think that this will be a nice, easy routine for you. Yesterday, I washed my hands because I did all of this in my bathroom, in between like each step so that my hands could be more clean. But today we're a little bit lazier, so we're just using a paper towel. So this is what we have so far. It's already nice and glowy, okay? But we need a little bit of extra coverage under our eyes just to kind of like make those eye bags dissipate. This is from Kosas. This is their newest concealer, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Revealer because that's what's written here on the bottom. I'm not entirely certain, but I'm in the color, smack myself. I'm in the color 01N, and I use just a teensy bit. I'm gonna place here and here, and on the outside as well. And if I'm not mistaken, yesterday I also did this. I have no chin. It's a fact. That was me trying, but like normally, I've got no chin. Okay, so I always had a little bit of highlighter here because I feel like it brings it like forward in focus. Highlighter, concealer, because I use a lighter concealer. Because I want from the front to look like maybe I do in fact have a chin. I made an entire TikTok about this. I absolutely love this concealer. They are a clean brand. It's a very creamy, but still blendable and not like too thick kind of formula. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend, especially if, like I said earlier, you were a dry skin girly. I'm gonna use my fingers, which is what I did yesterday because I was in a freaking hurry. Even if I'm not wearing eyeshadow that day, but I put on a face if I do any makeup at all, I always make sure to drag something across my lids because I have eyelid veins, and I just think that if I'm gonna put something here, I gotta hide those too. All right, this is not a concealer that you can use without setting, but prior to doing that, we have to go in with some kind of blush. I do prefer cream blushes. This is what I used yesterday. I do wish that it wasn't so like pinky pink. I wish they had one that wasn't too dark, but was slightly more neutral along this like vein, if that makes any sense. And I know they have a lot of colors, so you're probably like, Alyssa, they totally do. No, not exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm incredibly picky about my blush. So this is the one that I've been using. It's in the color Happy, and I like her. I don't like her when I'm more tan. I had a spray tan when we went on vacation a couple weeks ago, and that was not my best friend. I like the youthful glow of a tiny bit of blush on the nose. I don't do the W thing because I don't think that it suits my face. I know that's like super popular right now on TikTok or whatever, but not my journey. And like I said earlier, you cannot not set. You cannot not set that concealer that we used earlier. So this is the TooFaced Peach Perfect Powder. This is the TooFaced Peach Perfect Powder. This is not my favorite powder. I've been using it though because it does its job, especially if you use a fairly thin layer. My favorite powder, which I don't own, but I own for my kit, if that makes any sense. My professional kit and then my personal makeup, they're not the same. I would love to own some, okay. When I worked at Morphe, I had access to Beauty Bakery, and their flower powder, I was worried I wasn't gonna say that right, is my very favorite. I love it in the color Oat, and I use it on a lot of my clients because I like it a lot. I'm taking a more dense brush than I would normally use, but this is the same one that I used yesterday, and I wanted it all to look the same. We're just gonna set under our eyes. I also go here near my like label folds because I got these plump cheeks, okay? And sometimes makeup likes to sit in those creases. If you have a crease, which is a fold, you will see it. I'm a makeup artist, not a magician, okay? I don't think I wore any bronzer yesterday because I think I ran out of time. But we did this, and we're taking a little bit of Morphe setting spray. I like it because it's inexpensive and it smells like pie. I'm filming another video at this time where we do a fall grunge, so I'll be right back, but this is pretty much the face. All right, beautiful friends, this is the makeup all finished. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know anything else that you guys would love to see. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, you know, like, subscribe. Also, I post daily content on TikTok, so be on the lookout for that if TikTok kind of floats your boat. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.